Tools that are listed above are included in the box. If something is missing or broken, contact us immediately so we are able to correct the problem. The Model 610 Swedger is designed for use with Ultratech cable rail fittings only. The 610 Swedger includes swedger, hydraulic pump, cable cutter, special jawed vice grips, a 3/16" Allen wrench, marking pen, gauge for measuring diameter of swedged radius ferrule, safety glasses, a grommet installation tool, toolbox, lock and key, instruction manual, installation guide, and a return address label. It will come in the toolbox like the one shown here. The toolbox with all the contents weigh approximately 55 pounds. When you receive the Swedger, please make sure that all the tools that are listed above are included in the box. You will need an air compressor for the air-over hydraulic pump. A 20-gallon minimum tank size is recommended. A functional pressure regulator set at 100 psi maximum is required. 90 psi minimum to get Swedger to apply full force. Otherwise, the swedging pump may be damaged. A minimum 1/4" ID air hose with a 1/4" male pipe thread is also required. Take the hose from the hydraulic pump and connect it to the Swedger. Be sure not to cross-thread the two. It is important that your connection is tight so that all the pressure can flow through so the equipment can work properly. There is a ball valve within each hose, and if these are not pushed away from the opening, the Swedger will not operate. Next, take the hose from the air compressor and connect it to the hydraulic pump. Once you've completed these two steps, you may begin to swedge your cable fittings. The Invisiware swedging stud. When using the swedging stud, make sure that the threads are oriented away from the end of the cable and that you have left an 1/8 inch of cable at the end of the stud. Next, place the stud within the die, making sure that the threads are not within the die. Depress the foot pedal to introduce pressure into the swedging tool. Do not let the dies close all the way on the first cycle. Release the foot pedal and apply foot pressure in the opposite direction. This will reopen the dies. Turn the fitting 45 degrees and repeat the first step again, not letting the die close all of the way. Turning the fitting 45 degrees each time, swedge the fitting, now letting the die close completely at least 3 more times. If the swedging stud fits inside your fitting, you know that it has been properly swedged. If it does not fit, continue to turn your fitting 45 degrees and let the die close completely until you have a proper fit. The Invisiware swedging ferrule is used to retain the adjusted jaw. Adjust a body or Ultratech fixed jaw. You will need to shoe the body of the fitting of your choice onto the end of the cable prior to swedging the ferrule on. The ferrule also requires you to leave an 1/8 inch of cable at the end. You may then follow the same steps as shown with the swedging stud. To check this fitting for proper fit, you can slide the body of the fitting over the ferrule, or you may use the measuring gauge. The radius ferrule should fit the slot that corresponds with the cable diameter you're using when properly swedged. To check this fitting for proper fit, you can slide the body of the fitting over the ferrule, or you may use the measuring gauge. The radius ferrule should fit the slot that corresponds with the cable diameter you're using when properly swedged. The Invisiware radius ferrule. When swedging this fitting, be careful not to swedge the circular end of the radius ferrule. This can be extremely dangerous, and we warn you to take extra steps of caution to prevent any injuries. With this fitting, you will need to put the cable through the die before you begin. Then insert the cable onto the end of the radius ferrule and pull the cable and fitting back through so the radius ferrule is just on the outside edge of the die. Again, depress the foot pedal to introduce pressure into the swedging tool. Do not let the dies close all the way on the first cycle. Turn the fitting 45 degrees and repeat the first step again, not letting the die close all the way. Turning the fitting 45 degrees each time, swedge the fitting, letting the die close completely at least 3 more times. You may check this fitting with the measuring gauge. If it does not fit, continue to turn your fitting 45 degrees and letting the die close completely until you have a proper fit.